As of this video, Ralph Lauren is worth $7.2 billion. His billions have helped him collect $350 million worth of rare and classic cars, including a $40 million Mercedes Gullwing. From beach houses to Rolexes, let's explore how the designer spends his fortune. This stone manor in Bedford, New York has been Ralph Lauren's since the 1980s. With over 250 acres of land, it's no surprise that it's estimated to be valued at more than $20 million. The 17,000 square foot manor was built in 1919. Step into the classic English drawing room and there are fireplaces, paintings upon paintings, and towers of books. The main living room is just as extravagant, with a 16th century Flemish tapestry on the wall and 17th and 18th century Persian carpets. These are the most expensive carpets in the world. A 17th century Persian rug once sold for $33 million. The home's other beautiful rooms include a study with a Victorian-style billiard table and a mahogany-paneled library. There's tons of animal imagery throughout the home, from paintings to an antler chandelier above the breakfast table. Upstairs, the master suite is made up of multiple rooms. The master bedroom has a Royal Regency bed, and the master bath features white marble and a mirrored wall. In the master sitting room, there's a Louis XV bureau plat. These tables can sell for over $190,000. There's also a large dressing room. Take a good look, because there's likely millions of dollars worth of fashion here. As for the mansion's exterior, there are sitting areas and an outdoor dining area with wrought iron chairs, as well as a large in-ground pool with its own pool house. The Laurens have another nature escape in Ouray County, Colorado. Named RRL Ranch, it's made up of multiple structures and 17,000 acres of land. The Laurens bought it in 1982 for $27.5 million. Let's take a look inside one of the 5 guest cabins. The living room features a chandelier made with naturally shed elk antlers and a woven twig rocking chair. The living room of the mansion's main residence was constructed using pine logs. It's located near the ranch's specially made screening room, decorated with antique Navajo rugs. Other facilities on the property include the cookhouse and a group of 5 teepees built and hand-painted by local artisans. They're located near a natural-looking freeform pond. When it comes to sunny vacations, Ralph Lauren heads to Jamaica, where he and his wife own a 20-acre property at Round Hill Resort. The lavish vacation home opens up to the natural rainforest. Just like at their ranch, the Laurens designed a large screening room. Their living room is cozy, with an 18th century mirror hanging above the fireplace and a comfortable reading corner. Outside, there's a large pool sheltered by trees. Their Jamaican retreat includes a smaller house called the White Orchid that the couple bought in 1996. It features a pool and ocean views. While we don't know exactly how much they spent on the properties, cottages here have been listed for $4 million, which is likely the price of just one of their Jamaican homes. Now for the place you would expect someone like Ralph Lauren to live, a chic 5th Avenue apartment. Ralph's Manhattan home is spread over 2 floors in this building overlooking Central Park. The 4-bedroom apartment is a clean white retreat with open spaces and no blinds. We don't know how much Ralph paid, but another 4-bedroom unit in this building sold for over $30 million in 2014. Last but not least on this extravagant home tour are the Laurens' multiple mansions in the Hamptons. In 2019, Ralph splashed out $16 million for this oceanfront home. The 2,100 square foot house has 4 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms. Plus, there is a guest cottage, an outdoor pool with a pool house, and a tennis court. By the time he snatched up this place, the fashion mogul had already bought the home directly to the west for $12.5 million in 2013. He has also reportedly owned the larger property to the east since the 1990s. If Ralph Lauren is known for one thing other than fashion, it's classic cars. His collection includes over 70 vehicles and is valued at an incredible $350 million. His cars are so famous that he sometimes loans them to museums. The designer keeps his collection in a custom garage in Westchester County, New York. Included in the collection is this gem, a 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. one of only 2 in the world and worth up to $50 million. In fact, many of his cars are extremely rare, like this 1958 Ferrari 250 Testarossa, known to sell for over $9 million. We would be here for ages if we listed every car, so let's just go with the highlights. His collection includes a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. A red model of this car sold for over $48 million. He also owns a 1996 McClaren F1 LM, originally priced at $700,000, but can go well into the millions today. His 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing is also pretty impressive. This model can fetch over $40 million. Ralph also owns a 1929 blower Bentley worth over $2 million, a 1938 Alfa Romeo Mille Miglia worth up to $3 million, and a 1930 Mercedes-Benz Count Trosi Roadster that has won Best of Show at multiple car shows and is estimated to be worth over $7 million. Most of Ralph's cars are older classics, but one of his most recent additions is this $1.5 million Ferrari LaFerrari. Of course, the guy with the $350 million car collection would also own his own private jet. Ralph Lauren bought his first Hawker private plane back in 1982, but he eventually upgraded to a Gulfstream G650 worth $65 million. It can fit up to 8 passengers and comes with a wide cabin and large reclining seats. Ralph reportedly sold the corporate jet in 2019, but don't think that means he's living life any less lavishly. One example of how he still loves to spend money is his watch collection. He likes pieces with history, like a $25,000 1930s Cartier Tank Century that he had fitted with a gold cuff that once belonged to Andy Warhol. Ralph owns a couple of Rolexes, like an Oyster Perpetual worth over $6,000 and a GMT Master Pepsi, a vintage model which often sells for over $25,000. He's a fan of vintage Panerai, like this Angelus-powered Panerai and the Luminar 47mm, which can sell for over $10,000. And of course he owns a $35,000 Ralph Lauren designed automotive skeleton. But when it comes to watches, Ralph has said he was never in it for the money. Despite being a billionaire, Ralph can be pretty modest. He grew up in the Bronx, but was inspired by his first polo match to start developing an elegant clothing collection. To capture the attention of the fashion world, he started designing wide, colorful neckties at a time when narrow and simple ties were popular. He won over Bloomingdale's and sold $500,000 worth of ties in 1 year. From there, Ralph Lauren became a huge success. He opened his first flagship store in 1986, and now the company is at the point where it made $4.4 billion in revenue in 2021. Even though Ralph stepped down as CEO in 2015, he still controls 84% of voting rights within the company. Vintage Ralph Lauren can sell for millions today. In 2017, Ezra Wine sold his 100-item vintage Ralph Lauren polo collection for $1 million, proving that Ralph Lauren continues to be iconic.